Hello there, and welcome back to Take It Off. I couldn't resist because we made a joke earlier, and I couldn't resist. How are you all? This should be the last episode of season 2, the season finale, if I am right. Is that right, Jay?
This is the last ever episode for this year.
Whoop, whoop. I have decided to commemorate this magical time by asking the question, Bic, the company that makes everything out of plastic and is not limited to any one type of fucking product because they make anything under the sun if it has anything to do with plastic, what will they make next? What will they innovate next year out of cheap shit with plastic?
Bic, usually pens, isn't it?
It's pens, lighters, razors, it's just anything made of plastic. Bic has made it, as far as I'm aware.
Pretty much.
Like, it is ridiculous.
That's the thing, isn't it? You do underestimate how popular and successful Bic is.
It's
Well,
everything.
you never really think of it,
d-
but everyone knows
disposable.
what Bic is.
But
You get Bic
yeah,
lighters, Bic pens.
there's the thing. It's one of those companies and one of those products where everybody knows what it is, but nobody sort of remembers until they just go, "Oh, passes that pen," or "Oh, passes that lighter," or anything. Because it's on it. You see it every day. You'll see. I can guarantee. Look around this room, and I will see a Bic pen or a Bic lighter somewhere, or something by Bic. But you never really acknowledge that it's there. You never really acknowledge that Bic is a big company. It feels like it should be a small little off-brand company.
Well, no, because they do a shit ton of office supplies, though, and they have done for years.
They have, but it's one of those underrated companies where they just sort of sneak in. They don't seem to advertise. They don't do anything like that.
Because they don't need it, it's essentials.
Yeah, it is
It's what
essential.
everyone uses.
They do the wipeouts.
certain-
They do the Tipex. They do they do all the pens and pencils and cheap colouring in crayons and felt tips, and the felt tips that make just thinking about it makes my hair stand on edge because it's so fucking annoying. They do the multicolour clicker pens. They make so much, but it's all the stuff where it just sort of flies under the radar because it's just sitting in someone's pot in an office or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's just random office shit, innit?
They do a lot of things, including a gold pen, multicolored pen for £340.
What
the fuck
would
does
be you that found that?
How does Bic have a £340 pen? It's Bic.
I have no idea.
Like I said, it's the company that is known for being disposable. Like, you
It's for
cannot be
That
Bic
is that-
without being
That is
disposable.
disposable, Kyle. It's for people with too much disposable income.
That's true. It's like when people go, I've got 20 Parker pens, each a special edition, £200 edition, inlaid with gold and titanium, and it's like, yeah, but you're never going to write with it, are you? You're never going to use it because you'll be terrified you break your £200 pen. It's going to sit in the case, sit there and look pretty in its case.
Yeah.
And the problem
The
with
thing-
a lot of people,
I don't really
the problem with a lot of
I don't
those
really
pens is that they look very similar. Sorry, Joe.
I don't really understand expensive pens anymore because we live in such a digital age where it's done via electronical things now. Checkbooks and checks are just basically extinct.
Checkbooks and I went to the bank today. It was the first time I had heard someone say, "I want to cash this check" in about 10 years. Like, checks are now obsolete. It is either money or cards, and
Right.
money is going the way of the check, slowly but surely, thanks to the digital age.
By money, you mean cash.
Yes, like
Cash
cash,
transactions.
actual hand physical money.
My dad still gets paid by
Yeah,
by
but
check.
you gotta think. It's like when you watch old movies and there's some guy with a lot of money, and he turns and he says, "Oh, I'll get the special pay now to sign this check," and you pull out like a expensive park pen to sign a check. That's like the only thing I would understand expensive pens for. It's just a
I thought that was
you
just
know
Michael Palin when he's
rub it
trying
in
to
your
sell
face.
life insurance.
That's like us though sitting here signing things with quill pens and stuff.
Don't say we don't.
Why is my
Literally, we don't. I'm looking at my
You're
quill pen
George.
immediately. But
Oh,
I have a pen that like all the outside is made of wood and it's got like a couple of metal bits and it's a metal fountain pen, but it was made by I don't know where it was from actually, but it's like all wood, so it's absolutely lovely. It's beautiful. Jay's vanished. Oh no!
You did a magic trick.
That's always good.
There's a cat.
I've been replaced.
You have been replaced.
There's a cat.
Cat.
Lola, get
Kitty.
your asshole out of shot.
Kitty. I don't know why I'm suddenly I can feel sneezes still coming on. I'm suddenly getting sneezes despite the fact that I've not sneezed all day. It's ridiculous. I can just feel it coming back on.
The cat's about to attack.
The cat is about to attack.
That's
Get it. Get it. Whatever you're going for, get it.
Kill it. Dee, dee, dee.
Right, I'm just trying to get Jay back in because, of course, it would be the special where we're breaking up for the holidays, and he decides to
We're breaking for the holler.
his internet decides to die 1,000 deaths.
Isn't it good? I got mine upgraded to the top one.
Yeah.
degraded.
Anyway,
Well, you may as well say that with BT.
we shall continue on with Nick. Or sorry, I've got one topic that I saved specifically for Jay because I want to hear his outrage. So I'm gonna wait until he's back for that one if he comes back.
Yeah, his laptop
He
died.
does.
Hey, Katie. Katie's looking at the camera.
Lola,
She was looking at the camera.
what are you doing?
Hey.
What are you doing?
See, aren't you happy you tuned into this episode of the podcast?
Who, Jordan?
Hey, charge your laptop. He's just said the battery died. Put your laptop
I
on
just said that
charge.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, Jordan
Remember,
did.
you have a laptop. It runs on battery. Charge it.
That's why
You
I charge
work
mine.
with computers.
That's why I charge mine before we come on.
It's why mine is permanently plugged on whenever we come on. Because if it was not plugged in, it would die like Jay's about 10 minutes in. Actually, I would be amazed if it lasted that long because my battery is fucked. It's been to the shop twice since it got a sticker put on it saying faulty, needs replacement. And they've never replaced it because it'll cost me extra. And I cannot be asked for that.
You cheap bastard.
Cheap. I was used to supposed to say you title.
It's, I'm not cheap. It's the fact of it was under warranty up until like a month ago. And it's been in the shop twice since they put a faulty sticker on during the warranty time. But they didn't replace it because in the tiny little fine print, apparently the battery isn't covered by the warranty. The rest of the laptop is, just the battery isn't.
Okay.
So it's just got a fucked battery, which, to be fair, is fine by me.
Yeah,
'cause
but how long you had it,
although-
Kyle?
Although a laptop is portable, I don't actually be portable with my laptop.
I don't actually be portable with my laptop. It's probably the most used sentence I've ever heard.
Well, the most portable my laptop has ever been is when I took it blacksmithing with you, Stefan, and we plugged it into the hotel room and watched films on it.
True.
That's the most portable my laptop's ever been. Even then, it was plugged in. I never use it without the charger, so... Which is probably why the laptop's fucked, to be honest.
More
Jay,
than likely.
you are back.
Hello, I'm back.
Your webcam's
Sorry.
also gone up by about 400p.
Maybe that's why the webcam has been a bit shit with me. Back this
Your
time.
laptop was on low battery.
Yeah.
I was saying you're the only computer person I know of that uses a laptop and doesn't plug it in before any sort of video usage.
The thing is, right, I saw it literally pop up saying low battery. So I went, so you saw me get up off the seat and walk around and plug it in.
Yeah.
And I sat
Did you
down,
forget to press the plug?
forgot to like make sure the wire was plugged in properly.
Jay!
My phone's also on charge now because like shitty Samsung decided to die on us.
Yeah, dear
Probably
God.
the only thing.
Don't insult Samsung. Samsung has never led me astray yet. We are not sponsored by Samsung. If Samsung wants to sponsor us, get in touch by going to www.takeonafair.com. The website that's on the screen now. You can see it there. Go there. Sponsor us. It's the last episode. I'm gonna get one in.
Oh God.
Hey Christ. Oh, I'm gonna have to take Facebook off of my fucking laptop because all I can hear is it going bidding in my ears every 2 seconds.
Stop being so popular, then.
Communications.
I'm not popular.
Right. So
I wish.
going back to Bic, no, let's just start a new conversation. I'm lost. I'm
No,
stumped.
going back to pens because the thing about
Pens.
expensive pens, right, is the fact of a lot of them look identical. You can see someone with a collection of 20 pens and they each cost like 100, 200, 300 pounds, and
Yeah.
they'll all look identical. They'll all look like this. They'll all look like traditional Parker pen. No real difference. They'll have different
Yeah.
coloured clips and different coloured bands, but they'll all look about identical. It's just the fact of they'll have a collection of like 20 or so because there'll be tiny, minute differences, like there'll be a tiny little insignia inscribed there or something that the manufacturer put on a special sale for something or t'other or anniversary or anything. I mean, there's probably one with a like royal family crest at the very top from Parker for like £1,000 because it's from an anniversary or something. Jordan, just to let you know, you're taking your headset off doesn't actually mute you either.
Yeah. He's
Oh, he's
muted
muted
at the
himself
moment,
now.
anyway.
Now you've muted yourself.
You press
Oh.
M to mute yourself.
Yeah.
You
Technology.
tit.
I'm old, you know.
To be fair, I think this is a Parker pen. I think this is one of the £10 Parker pens. But yeah, like they all look like that. So
Wait a second.
if they looked special, if they looked like really like they had something unique about them, fair enough. But a lot of them just look identical. Hi Beth, I can see you. Creeping over Jordan's you're like a little
What?
gremlin on Jordan's shoulder.
What's even worse is about the idea that it feels like not the idea. What's even worse is about pens. Is it's very rare that people will send letters handwritten these days
Chair.
as well,
Chair.
which I
I know,
find a
you know
bit.
for a fact.
Kyle's usually in charge of the topics, right? Every week
Yeah.
Kyle's in charge of the topics. He's the host, right? This week, he said, there are no topics, we're just going to chill and have a chat. And yet he's managed to hijack the first 15 minutes, somehow talking about pens, and not only are you allowing them, but you're joining in and encouraging them.
Yes,
I'm
because
so-
I have a.
Talking about pens, he's ranted about pens for 15 minutes.
I am going to send you guys a fucking handwritten letter with this fucking quill. Each of you will get a handwritten letter with my wax seals. I know, I'm a Victorian. Shut up, everybody.
No one knew that.
Uh, but okay, do you want us to stop ranting about pens?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna upset Jay then.
Okay,
Ooh,
do
that's always entertaining.
We're
Jay,
just
are
going
you
to
ready to be
he's
upset?
or do you have something specific lined up?
Also, hold on a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, it's not Rage Against the Snowflake time because it's actually quite good and it's not against snowflakes. Oh,
You're a bit
that's not fair.
professional one these seasons. We have everything all planned out and all the buttons ready to press. Since it's a
This is
final,
not that.
let's just go back on
Okay,
ourselves.
look. I need a coffee or a cup of tea. Okay, that is the reason why. I need a cup of tea.
You were
My
right the first
concentration
time.
is falling.
You were right the first time. You need a coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I've got something we can chat. I've got stuff we can chat about.
Right, okay. First, I'm gonna piss off Jay because this is amazing.
Okay.
Right? New Zealand, one of the
There's a
colonies,
lot
is
of
doing an
background
amazing
noise.
job. Do you know why New Zealand's doing an amazing job?
Right.
Why?
Because they are banning 14-year-olds that are, like, now, if you're 14 now and anyone after that, they are not
you're-
allowed to buy any
Is it
form of
saying a lot of
tobacco
smoke? Yeah.
ever. They are
Yeah,
basically
if you're
making New
born-
Zealand a smoke-free country by banning 14-year-olds from ever being allowed
Yeah.
to buy tobacco and anyone younger. And it's not like, oh, they're not allowed to buy it when they're 14. It's they're not allowed to buy it at all in their lifetime. They are trying to go smoke-free, and I completely condone this. I'm
Jordan,
one. I am slightly amazed as to why it's taken this long for countries to do it, but also I know exactly why, and it's called moolah.
Yeah, it's
No, no,
because
no, no.
tobacco.
Right.
Hold on, before you say anything, tobacco and alcohol are worse for you than like cannabis. But you can grow cannabis anywhere. A lot of people grow it in the loft around Ashen. But you can. It's pretty easy to grow at home. You can't really grow well. You can't grow tobacco at home. And I have a different cat now.
You do.
That's not there.
The other one's joined.
Yeah, and alcohol is they can make loads taxing it. It's not really easy to brew alcohol at home, really, in large amounts. So they can tax the shit out of it. But yeah, it's ridiculous. They're two of the most harmful things. And alcohol's a really addictive drug, and so is nicotine.
And it's sort of it's weird because if you think about it, every sort of drug that people have had, like if you think of opium,
I
that
have
was
both.
at one point that was advertised. You had cocaine and stuff. It was given to soldiers, and it was advertised as a high class drug, that sort of thing. Weed, it was advertised and it was like condoned and all that sort of stuff. And then it went out because the government realized that they couldn't make that much money over it. So I'm wondering whether either something's happened with the cigarette trade or if it's just the New Zealand government going, no, we're just going to get rid of it because it's actually harmful. Because it does usually take a few years. Every drug so far that has been banned has had a term where it's been consensual and it's been advertised by companies and it's been legal, and then it's ended up being made illegal because people have went, oh, it's really harmful, or oh, we can't make money off it.
Yeah.
So it's obviously tobacco is extremely harmful, and I'm hoping that's the reason why they're doing it. But I get the feeling someone somewhere isn't getting their pockets lined and has pissed someone off.
No, genuinely, the New Zealand Prime Minister is actually quite switched on.
Isn't that the country where the head of agriculture is actually someone who
Yes.
knows about agriculture and
Yeah.
stuff? Sorry,
Yeah.
Jay, please go for it because I know you've been wanting to rant.
No, the thing is, it's stopped over. If you were born after 2008, you're not allowed to buy any tobacco products. That includes cigarettes. But the
Yeah.
issue is, me and many other people who do indulge in a cigarette now and then all agree the same thing. I'd rather put a chemical from a plant like tobacco into my body than smoke a vape, which we have no idea what's in there. And it's
Well,
been
that's
proven
what's
that
point. Sorry.
it's proven that it has that it's not fully on the label of what's inside tobacco in vape liquid.
Yeah,
And you get
so
so
it's
much horror stories as well.
yeah, it's because it's not too regulated at the minute. And 50 years ago, doctors were prescribing smoking to people because it was a cure, and it was the next
Yeah.
best thing, and it was going to be
It was like
absolutely
an
great. And
anxiety and
now
stress
everyone,
cure.
yeah, and now everyone's dying of cancer because everyone smokes. So it's not to say that vapes are safe. So I can't say I agree with you, but I do
I,
agree with what you mean about vapes.
I agree with what you mean. I'd rather have I'd rather have the evil that I know than the evil that I don't. But at the
Better the
same
devil you
time,
know.
I'd rather have neither. I'd rather
Exactly,
vapes
yeah.
were banned as well as tobacco. But it'll probably be the thing where vapes are banned in maybe 10 or 20 years' time when they do realize what's in it or when they do realize something. But at the moment, there's that many. You can go down any street and you'll find 3 vape shops in the same street.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. So you can tell people are getting money off it. The amount of VAT and tax that must be going to the government from vape shops is ridiculous. So the
Yeah.
government probably won't do anything about it anytime soon.
Like,
Yeah.
I understand the harmfulness of smoking. It's my choice as well,
Hmm.
and I admit it is an addictive thing to do. And I'm not proud of smoking. It's something I've been doing for the past 14 years or so of my life.
Hmm.
And so it's a big part of my life. And like, with my job being a stressful job and being a father, I do like to take myself away from stressful situations and to relax. But I do want to quit at the same time. So I understand the idea and ideologies behind vaping and all the other alternatives to help you quit nicotine, but you're not really taking that harmful chemical away from yourself. Also, the point that yes, tobacco is a major cause of cancer in the lungs, but there's other things that give you lung cancer. A lot of CO2 emissions from cars can give you cancer.
Which is why all countries are trying to go CO2 neutral by 2040.
There's not many people
Yeah,
that stick the car exhaust pipe in their mouth, though.
that's also another true thing. But like, there was a family friend that she got lung cancer, but she never smoked a single cigarette in her life.
Oh, no, no.
Oh no, no,
I'm not saying.
we're not
So
saying only cigarettes cause lung cancer, only tobacco causes lung cancer. It's just one of the leading causes. It's the same as alcohol is not the sole responsibility of liver failure, but it is the highest cause of it.
Yeah, can I just say, while we're on this, can I say what I think about cancer? And from my perspective, I think that everybody in the world from the day you're born has cancerous cells. Because cancerous cells in your body, no matter where they are essentially damaged cells that are damaging other cells. That's what it is. And it's a disease,
it,
yes?
Yes.
Right?
it's
And
just
I
essentially
think,
mutated cells.
yes, exactly. And you must get them all the time, but your body fights them off. I think because no one knows what causes cancer, I don't think anything causes cancer. I think it's always there and your body's constantly fighting it away. I think what happens is sometimes people's bodies can't cope or a certain part of their body is weakened, i.e., the liver from drinking or the lungs from smoking, etc. And it's just that, or like people that use tanning beds all the time, their skin, and
It
eventually
does.
there's
It
so
breaks
many
down the
of
cells in the skin. So yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think eventually there's so many damaged cells from doing a particular activity that organ, if you like, is what suffers because of it, and then it's less able and less able to fight it off until the cancerous cells are the dominant cells in that area. And I think that
Yeah,
you don't have to do anything wrong. You don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. You could live your life the most healthy way ever. And it could just be that one day your lungs can't really keep fighting off the cancerous cells like it has been doing for 40 or 50 years, and then you get it. And that's why I think it doesn't matter what age you are, how healthy you are, what you do. I don't think there's anything that causes it. I think everybody's got it. It's just if your body can keep fighting it and for how long.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just that these things weaken it. It's.
Mhm.
I do agree with you. It's not necessarily that things cause it. It's just things
It's like it's
weaken your body.
yeah,
So
so it's
that's
it's
what
it's
it lets it
it,
in.
yeah, so it's like antibodies. If you have like a flu jab or something, then or you get the flu, then you make antibodies to fight the flu off so that you don't get ill. And if you haven't had that and you don't have the antibodies, you're a bit more ill because you're not used to it. But like if somebody has a low white blood cell count, then they don't have enough white blood cells to make antibodies, and then something normal like the flu can be crippling for them. Do you know? It can be like a major problem. It's kind of like that. It's like your body's always fighting it, and it's fine with that. But then there comes a point where either your body can't cope or something's weakened a part of your body. And I think that's why these things like smoking and drinking and stuff like that, they don't. I don't think for a second they cause cancer, but I think they definitely weaken the part of your body that they affect, and it lets the cancer take over there.
It's like your body is a nice warm home, and then if you do an activity like that, I'm not gonna bully on tobacco because I know that it's very popular and I know that millions of people worldwide do it and that it's been advertised for years and all that sort of thing. So like we'll go with anything else, but we'll go with like even if you just have a glass of wine a week,
Mhm.
that's like your body being a nice warm home and you cracking the window open for like an hour. Now it doesn't seem like much, but you're still letting in the cold. That's that's sort of the way the analogy works. Like you're breaking the protective seal. You're not really the hair. So yeah, you're breaking the protective seal. You're not doing so good. Or it's like you drilling it might be a pinhole in your wall, but it's still gonna let things seep in. It's
Yeah, and
still gonna
if you
let the
do
cold
that,
seep in.
if you drill a tiny hole in your wall every hour for 30 years, that wall is going to fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the way I see it, right, no matter how many procedures or any governing laws you place into practice, you can like ban everything that's bad for you, but nature will
Mhm.
find a way to kill you off.
Oh no,
I mean,
nature will
especially,
guaranteed find a way to kill you
That's the way I
off,
see
and I
it.
know, and I know for a fact that the 14-year-olds that aren't allowed to buy tobacco now will probably just get it from the parents or get it from the mates or whatever. That people will find a way to do it. If you banned drinking tomorrow, like if you brought back a prohibition, people would still
oh,
be able to
Jay,
find it.
we're going to be moonshine on us.
There's the case. Like the prohibition happened, people still managed to get pissed. And it
Yeah.
wasn't just normal everyday people, it was state officials who did the banning that ended up
Kyle,
getting pissed and stuff.
Kyle, it was pioneers that got pissed and helped people get pissed. Heroes.
so so like there's the thing, you're never going to be able to ban anything. You're never going to be able to safeguard and bubble wrap people because people will always do things or find ways
And
to.
and to further that point, how many drugs are illegal in almost every country in the world? And yet
And it's
there's
still
still
quite commonly found.
exactly.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
Can I say
I can walk into Ashton and have
yes,
someone
Jade.
offer to sell us stuff. Yes, Jay.
You know how like we planned, because this is the final episode of season 2, we planned this to be all happy and everything, and we sat here saying you're gonna die.
Yeah, we'll stop Kyle talking about pens and then start talking about cancer.
Yeah, Kyle, stop talking about pain. It's okay, you're gonna die one day. Yeah, Kyle, we know that.
All right, Kyle, what kind of Parker pen are you going to stab us in the throat with?
Oh, I mean, I've got a
Is that
nice
where this
little
is going?
I've got a nice little silver and gold one there. I could get me wooden fountain
Oh, that's
pen and
good.
use that.
I like the wood one. I like the
If you're
traditional
not
methods.
feeling, if you're still listening to us and not feeling depressed, well done.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, we're just being
Kyle's fault.
realists. There is actually a scientific study saying that when you are depressed or like when you are a realist, you become more depressed because humanity always has a sense of impending doom. And realists and people with depression and stuff, they just see it more frequently. It's basically like your brain is constantly trying to give you the happy drug to make you see everything in a nice rose tinted glasses. But if you're a realist, you just take the rose tinted glasses off and see the fucking shit that the world is.
Yeah, it's that's the thing though. I accept I'm gonna die one day. I accept my kids are gonna die one day. I accept their kids are gonna die one day. I accept everyone's gonna die one day. I accept the fact there's gonna be a mass extinction of humanity, and it's gonna be the best thing that's ever gonna happen to this planet because
Yep.
humanity's a plague.
I'm not willing
I,
to
I,
accept that Kyle's
So
probably
let's
going to
talk
be the
about happy
cause of it.
stuff now, hey?
I accept that at my funeral, I am going to have you three fuckers. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you three fuckers, but you're not
No,
gonna
you
have a
can't say
body in
you
the
three
casket
because
in front of you, because I'm gonna be going on a plane, dressed in a fucking astronaut suit with a locked crate in my hands, chained to a chair, and they're gonna drop the chair over the Bermuda Triangle, and I'm just gonna sit there in a chair at the bottom of the ocean in an astronaut suit, holding onto this box
Just a sec,
for
I've got to kill
someone
my
to
pet.
find.
It's very promiscuous. Oh, promiscuous. Oh, where's Stephen gone?
He's just got to go and deal with something, I think.
Oh.
There we go. I think he was just getting rid of cats.
Yeah, I did say just excuses while I kill my pets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. No animals are
Decided-
harmed in the making of this podcast.
One will be if they keep climbing on things and knocking things off on purpose just because they know I'm busy.
Right.
People sleep all day and then just decide, you're busy. I'll just knock this off. Yeah. No, I'll knock
I
this
love-
off. No, I'll knock this off, and then run away.
I love how Kyle thinks that all three of us will be at his funeral.
Especially when he's going to be the cause of the mass extinction that causes his funeral.
Yeah.
I am going.
This is
Well, yeah, exactly. You will be at my funeral. You will be the skeletons lined up in the church nicely.
so we're going. Our corpses are going to be there.
Yeah, I'm expecting you. I'm expecting your ghosts are going to be there if you don't get reincarnated before I
person-
cause the second mass extinction.
We're going to
The
be
only
there in
person that will
spirit,
actually will be alive to be in there is Jordan. That's if
Jordan's
Beth hasn't
older
killed him
than all of
first.
us triples.
It doesn't matter how age. Statistically, it'll be me and Stefan to go first. I smoke. I'm a heavy smoker. I drink, and I feel like there's no tomorrow. So does Stefan. He's not a smoker per se, but he does drink heavily.
Don't drink
He does
heavily.
drive quite.
He lives on super noodles, which is never a
Careless.
good sign.
Listen, I live
We're
on
both-
a variety of different kinds of noodles.
We're
Does
both
not change the fact that it is junk.
all
Just
all
the
three of
small.
us haven't got a healthy lifestyle. We're a bit overweight.
Jordan has the least varied diet, and the dinosaurs have already been extinct once.
Bless you. Oh.
Yee,
No, I
Jordan.
think I had something to talk about. And I
You
can't
think you
remember.
had something to talk about?
I think I had. I
The-
can't remember if I
the-
said it to
the-
Kyle like a few weeks ago.
This is the thing you did. This is the thing. Like, according to governments and stuff, according to WHO, there is actually a world diet that people should follow if they want the world to be the most sustainable it could be, and it would be physically impossible for three of us to do.
What, because we don't like dieting?
Kyle, did we talk about tits last week? I can't remember.
We
Jay,
did not talk about tits last week. No,
You were here, so probably it was mentioned.
we did not have such a elegant conversation.
No, we had an elegant conversation in the group in the feedback. I can't remember if it's
No, we didn't have it in the podcast. We just had it in the chat. So, would you
yes,
like to
yes.
talk about our elegant conversation to do with breasts?
Do I have to go down this route?
Anybody listening, it is fucking amazing. It is to do with. Well, I won't spoil it. I'll let Jay continue. But it is with something that we hold dear to all of our hearts.
not these persons' tits. As per
No,
se.
but the person that the tits belong to.
What the fuck is going on?
Right.
Whose tits are you
Which-
still?
What woman do we talk about the most in our podcast? She's been mentioned many times.
And we've
And-
also tried to contact her a couple of times.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
She's not.
No.
He's not
The
a
Queen.
female.
She's not female.
Yes,
The Queen.
Her Royal Majesty.
I was thinking, we don't talk about women on our podcast. We always talk about the Queen.
Her Royal German
Yeah.
Majesty, the Queen.
Germans are efficient, Kyle, and that's why our royal family's still going at 904, whatever she is.
Exactly.
Right. So I found this news article about upmarket lingerie firm Wickby
What
and
is going on here?
and Pella's June Kenton fitted bras for the Queen for many years, but their working relationship came to an end after she wrote about the royal fitting in a book.
Would you like
Who
to
did,
guess
the
the name
Queen?
of that book?
Is it called The Queen's Tits? Or something like that?
Working for the royal family often means having to be discreet and keeping your work life under wraps. But one company has stripped of its royal warrant as an official supplier of the Queen's after then owner wrote a tell-all book which included details about working for Her Majesty. The company was an upmarket lingerie firm, Rigby and Pillar, after June Kenton, who fitted bras for the Queen, spoke out in her book, which came out in March 2017. The author wrote about fitting bras for a half-dressed Queen. But by
When a few
2018,
people are
the
going to
company
see the Queenie naked.
But by 2018, the company was no longer the official connoisseur to the Queen due to the book called Storm
Course it's
in
here.
a D Cup.
Listen, if Jay wants to give up on words in the middle of it, let him.
So yeah, the storm in a D cup, accidentally revealing the Queenie is whacked.
For fuck's sake. Of course she is. I want Nina had a minor obsession with the Queen's tits at some point. She mentioned that the what bacon. She mentioned it. I was like, "What is your obsession?" When she was like, "I'm not obsessed. I just noticed." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Look at Liz. Look at that big tits." I was
Look
like,
at
"What are you
our
talking about?"
Liz. Look at our Majesty Liz.
I'm actually the Liz with big tits. Okay.
Why do you think Prince Philip stayed with us for so long?
And next week will be
Why do you think Prince Philip
season
was
3.
the old grand old perv?
What's next? What's our next record? The Christmas special
I don't know.
will be brought to you probably from the Tower of London because we'll all be locked up for treason.
Probably, yeah.
How's the treason reading a news article? That's
I'm not on about that. I'm on about us and now all talking about the Queen's tits.
I mean, Queenie, if
Jay's
you're
left. He doesn't
listening,
want to get locked up for treason.
Queenie, if you're listening, we'll love you.
Somehow, and I don't know much about what audience as individuals, but somehow, deep down, I doubt it's the Queen.
I mean, I
I'm
never
actually
know.
the Queen does listen to our podcast.
I don't
If the
think she
Queen,
does.
I feel
We've
like,
sent a letter
I
to
feel
her
like,
with,
if
with links to our podcast.
exactly, we have sent her letters, and I'm pretty sure Philip would have listened to us. You know what type of man he was. He would have listened to us.
Probably.
It's just our vulgarness is just the point of pressure of like isn't gonna be the UK's national podcast. That's why we turn to space.
We are not nearly controversial enough for Prince Philip.
We are the royal family's podcast. Honestly, Prince Philip would have just turned around and went, "Look, Lizzie, they're talking about your boobs."
Oh,
He would not have give a fuck. He would be sitting there fondling them, going, "I can confirm."
Kyle, man.
why are you making it worse?
Because it's what I do.
Jay's turned his camera off so they can't hunt him down by his picture alone.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll turn my camera off. I'll replace it with the kitty cat's astronaut.
You told me to turn my camera. You bullied me to turn my camera on, and now me and John's going to get looked up for treason.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm not. I've got I have no point in this.
You start this conversation. We've got proof. It's 3 against 1.
Part of this podcast.
Apparently, Miss Kenton, who wrote the book, I'll continue it, says that she just wrote her amazing life story and said the details she gave in the book were all lovely and sweet. Apparently, she wrote the life story from World War II until now. It's just a story of all the amazing things I've been fortunate enough to experience. Unfortunately, it mentioned it. It mentioned her. She says, "There's nothing naughty in the book. I never stepped out of line. People should read the book and find out exactly what I said because it's all very lovely and sweet."
Yeah.
Bless her. My phone decided to randomly play something as well.
I'm a celebrity. Yeah.
Oh, do anyone watch I'm a Celeb?
No.
Oh, I've just realised I've put on join us next week.
Jordan
We're not
does.
going to be here next week. Oops.
Right, Jordan.
Yes,
Of course, Jordan does.
Right.
He's an old woman
Your
as well.
opinions on Naughty Boy.
he's a cunt.
On who?
Yeah,
Pardon the language.
He's
that
40
was
years
going to be
old
my
and he
thing
caused
as well.
Argument over fucking rice every chance he got, and he was complaining. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave. Well, fucking leave, you miserable bastard.
And then when he actually got voted out, he turned around and went, "Oh, I didn't want to leave."
I know, right? Fucking.
What's
Like-
wrong with rights?
I just wanted to get out there. And I'd like Naughty Boy. That's like one of the worst things that happened this year.
This is the problem with I'm a Celebrity, the fact that Ant and Dec are now the two most famous people on the show. Like, the guests that go in aren't celebrities anymore. Like, I recognise 2 of the people that went in.
Kyle,
I recognised 3.
I recognise
don't watch
Ian
this.
Bill. I recognise
Oh no,
Danny.
5 of them.
I recognise Richard Burley. I recognise Lou. I
I
recognise.
didn't watch it, Stefan. I just see it in the
That's
news, or these are the people going in.
I
'Cause
can't
the
remember
news
the
will
last time
spin.
I seen a celebrity go into I'm a Celebrity.
Ginola.
Oh,
David
and David
Ginola.
Ginola. I recognise him.
David. It's French.
David. Like David
David.
Thomas.
I keep quoting him to
Oh,
keep
David.
him in because I like David Cameron. Right,
He's gonna win
talking
it.
about I'm a Celeb. Okay, talk about that. 2021 is coming to an end in like two weeks at the release of this podcast, or 3 weeks if you watch live. Was your guys' most memorable moment from 2021?
Keen look in the house.
You get that word out. I recognise 2 of the people in I'm Celebrity, and both of them are this morning hosts. That's where I know them from.
Tells you a lot about Kyle's morning habits.
Yeah, he doesn't do mornings unless it's working.
I don't do more. Honestly, I was nearly late to work this morning.
Because you were watching this morning.
No, because
With the
because
Scorpio
I
and
turned
what do you
my
wanna
alarm
be?
off, closed my eyes, and then
Scorpio,
magically woke up half an hour later. Sorry, Jay. What was your question? My brains went completely blank. I was opening an Amawam and it's wiped
Your
my mind.
favourite moment of 2021?
My favorite moment of 2021: sending letters to the Queen and Elon Musk.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good moment.
Sitting
like
here
it.
live on air, writing letters to Queenie.
And he didn't say favourite, he said most memorable.
Well, same thing.
Not, apart from entirely different.
Meh.
Yeah, that's completely different. That's Kyle's favorite moment of 2021. That's my next
Okay.
question.
Oh, okay. Most memorable moment when my laptop and everything just decided to randomly shut down and overheat, and I came back to you guys saying that my fucking internet is as old as my soul.
You're very old then.
Kyle is youthful compared to us.
No, Kyle might be the youngest, but his soul's like a million years old.
Look, because you're Dracula.
Aye.
I
We should call you Vlad,
have
Vladimir.
the Impaler.
Of pens.
honestly, I'm not even going to argue it. I got called a fucking, what was it? I got called the polite way of saying someone's old because they called me cultured the other day.
Oh, that means you're an old cunt.
It was.
That does mean
Well, to be fair, he almost looks like a skeleton already, so...
Skeletor.
Thanks. I'm a skeleton with eyebrows and hair.
Ahmed?
Pretty much.
No, there's no turban.
Right, I feel like we're straight into dangerous territory here.
Yes, we are.
Right, Stefan,
Yes.
favorite / memorable moment, because I skipped the gun with that one. Skip the gun?
favorite / memorable moment of 2021 of taking off.
I've taken off air.
Yes.
I don't know. Did you know what? I've just enjoyed doing it. I've just enjoyed doing this, to be honest. I've just enjoyed the whole thing. It's all been memorable. Probably just writing letters to random people. Jay just hijacking the podcast randomly and just writing letters to the Queen and Elon Musk and whoever the fuck else isn't going to listen. But he does it
NASA.
anyway.
British
NASA.
Space Agency.
Yeah.
We'll receive it and then just
French
go, no,
Space
delete,
Agency.
or put in the bin.
German Space Agency. Russian
Yeah.
Space Agency. Just every space agency in the world.
Space agency.
Yeah. So just, and growing the podcast, getting a bigger audience, little by little. We've just been gradually getting bigger. So thank you everybody for listening. Not that I'm going now. I'm not. That's not the end of the podcast.
We're just confused as to why you listen. Why do you listen? You still have to let we know. We've been asking Amanda Point saying, why the fuck do you listen to us? Seriously, answer that question because we've got no fucking clue.
But yeah, I just enjoyed doing it. It's been a good laugh.
It has been.
It has been a good yeah.
That's a very interview friendly answer. Well done, sir.
Very diplomatic.
I'm practicing.
It
I'm
is.
practicing for awards.
Jordan Gorman.
Eh,
Taking a long
I-
break.
Actually, in
From us.
specifically trying to get
Keep
what
it away
podcast
from
played in space.
Yeah, I think that is going to be our goal forever. We will eventually get taken off air, played in space. Make it happen, people. Taken off air will be played in space. We will be the official podcast of space eventually. It will happen, even if we have to build a fucking rocket and make it so.
We should email people. Jay, don't email Richard Branson because he's not allowed to go to space anymore because he upset people.
He can build with a rocket, though.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to launch it. And I
The
don't
thing
think
is,
we've
though,
got the influence to just turn up
if
with a rocket.
you
and
email
go,
Richard
"Fuck this."
Branson, he'll be the only one that's crazy enough to actually do it.
I know.
I know. That's the tragedy of it.
What about Dyson?
No.
He makes Hoovers, Kyle. You're getting confused.
I know, but he's worth a fortune, and he would probably be up for it.
He's Scottish.
Exactly, my point exactly.
You'd be pissed.
Give him some whiskey. Sorted.
So we'll write a letter to Dyson and attach
No.
a nice
We're-
bottle
we're-
of whiskey.
No,
get
what
us
we're
into
going to do
space.
is we're going to send a big package to Dyson.
Kyle,
And it is going to
Kyle,
be...
be careful
it's
how you
gonna
put
be
that.
whiskey. It's going to be a few different types of whiskey. And we're going to ply them with whiskey. And then we're going to give him a letter saying, send us to space, build us a rocket.
Please.
Please.
You know what's been my favourite
yeah. Well,
from
no,
taking
but
off from taking off air is when we got politely told to fuck off from by Cadbury.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yes.
I dread the day they're gonna send us a cease and desist letter for
Is that just-
for ruining the name of Freddo.
We did not ruin the name of Federal. We made it an official fucking currency.
I forgot about that. I forgot that Cadbury's. I forgot about that crushing rejection.
I know, we got rejected by Cadbury. How horrible is that? I mean, getting rejected from Twitter or somewhere like that, fair enough. No one gives a shit.
But when-
Rejected by Cadbury's.
When chocolate turns around and says it doesn't even like you.
I know. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And why? Why? Because they thought we were going to be nasty to them or chatting about them or bring negative press.
I mean, what negative press could we do? People need to get us into awards, so we can do awards and things, and we can get Cadbury's to come back and say, "Sorry, will you use Freddos as a currency? Because we will have
did
been
enter
proud with
awards,
awards."
though.
Yeah, because it's not like we ain't going to harm the brand or anything. We ain't going to be nasty. We're going to say nice things. So fuck you, Cadbury's.
We were suggested to apply.
Nominated.
I got official email saying, "Oh yeah, someone's kind of nominated you to be part of this podcast awards." So it's just because like we couldn't be bothered to pay the fucking entry fee. That's the reason why we never got an award. We were nominated for an award.
I'm not
I mean,
buying my awards.
that also one of the things was make a 30-second highlight reel of your best bits, and it's like, how the fuck do you make a highlight reel of this shit?
Everything's our best bit, mostly.
So it's not wild that our trailer's only like the first 3 episodes.
With me fucking stuttering and bumbling, I want a new trailer. Jay, season 3, I want a new fucking trailer for this shit.
Hey, we should do a trailer for this preview of season 3. We get people hyped up for
We
it.
haven't recorded it yet.
Get hyped up, I meant.
I know.
Hype
Give
it
you a
up.
preview, and then we'll record something. Then at some point during season 3, we'll have to make identical references somehow.
Yeah.
Just slot them in here.
Are we just gonna like go to Kyle's house and sit with him and just whisper horrible stuff in his ear? Now we know it's gonna set him off in rants and just
So
record
for
it
season
and
3
upload
trailer,
it
just
as our
Kyle
first
rants.
episode.
Who says that you need to sit here next to us and whisper in my ear to make us go on a rant?
Because then that means we're going to be more entertained. We can be as
Yeah,
entertained
because
as
you'll
well.
be there in person. Yeah, but then you've got more likely chance of you getting something thrown at you.
I'm a cricket, I'll catch it.
I've seen you play cricket, you won't. The one thing that you cannot do is catch. Yeah, I have your
bowl.
moments.
I can bat. I can sometimes take a catch when it's about 2 inches from the ground.
You can break your hand.
No, he'll
Twice?
break his hand making an excellent catch. or it'll go straight to him and he'll fucking drop it somehow.
No, I'll break my hand by punching the floor in frustration.
Yeah.
How can you get frustrated at cricket? It's such a common sport.
Because I was playing shit, so I got frustrated with myself, and I misjudged the hardness of the ground.
Jay,
He
you're talking to a man
misjudged the
that
hardness
spends
of the
his-
earth.
You're talking to a man that spends his spare time in a field wearing white trousers.
Actually, next season it's going to be blue.
Blue trousers?
I'll show you a picture later.
What
Well,
shade
I
of
thought you
blue?
were meant- I
Dark,
thought-
navy
I thought you meant
blue,
to wear
light
white.
blue.
You can wear the coloured clothing on a Sunday.
What? Are you talking about church?
No,
Yeah, it does feel like we're talking about church and just turning up to play cricket in your Sunday best. That's what I miss. I miss the days when any sport you did, you could just turn up in whatever the fuck you
well,
felt.
to be fair, when they first started playing cricket, they did do it in suits.
Exactly. That I would probably be
Hence
more
why it was
inclined to
called the
watch
gentleman's
cricket.
game.
Don't encourage Kyle because he will buy a cricket suit.
I would be more
I might.
inclined
Next
to
season I might
watch
say that to
cricket.
the cricket team's committee. I might say we've got to do a game of cricket in suits.
Yeah, get the fucking I don't want to call them suspenders, but they are basically suspenders.
Braces.
Braces, that's the one. Get the
I think
braces
even
on.
I think even
get the
Kyle might join
tie
in
on.
that game.
Nah, I still wouldn't play. I don't have enough time to give an entire
We
day
need-
to one match.
Well, that's not an entire
Kyle,
day.
on a weekend, don't you sleep all day?
Jordan, I went to watch you play cricket. You started at 9 a.m. and didn't finish until 5 p.m.
And that
No,
was
it
a
was
warm-up
one-
friendly.
Yeah.
And I was just stormed the match. It didn't continue till the week after.
And there was a 10-minute break every 5 minutes.
No, you came. Was it last season where basically the whole of the thing was, and Jordan comes in with a bit of wood.
Yes, it
No,
was.
that was me explaining the.
No, because for the first
you still
half
have that
hour of him
recorded?
playing, for the first half hour of him playing, or wait, actually the first 2 hours or something, I did try and do commentary, and you could hear it slowly devolve into, and here comes a bit of wood to hit another bit of wood.
It's what cricket is, Jordan. You throw wood at a bit of wood and try to stop it with a bit of wood.
And
then
occasionally
you hit the bit of wood and
And
then you
occasionally
might
hit
have to
people's
catch
trainers
it.
where it bursts their toenails off, so it's all right.
you know what you should have in the front of your trainer to stop that happening?
Bit of wood.
Yeah.
It would.
With wood.
Steel toe cap shoes.
No, wood.
Let's say you try and run fast and slide then.
If you did that, I'd be excellent at cricket because I basically wore steel toe cap shoes for my job for the past however many years. Probably like 10 now.
I've been at my job 7.
Steel toe caps are
so-
quite comfy now.
Can
They
you
are.
run in
I just
rigger
can't
boots?
believe they
Jay?
wanted about the ban you wearing work boots while driving.
What? Why?
Because
don't
the
know.
steel toe caps, and it's the whole premise of when you wear boots, any type of boots, even if it's just goth boots, you basically can't feel the pedal under your foot, or people who aren't used to driving in boots can't feel the pedal under the foot. So what they would have done is gotten a bunch of people who have never driven in boots before in their life to drive in boots for the first time, and they would have accelerated straight away into a car in front of them into the test area because they wouldn't have been able to
Hold on.
tell where the pedal is.
But people that wear boots are used to driving in boots, so therefore nullifies the whole point of if you're not used to driving in boots.
No, that's what I mean though. When they tested it, they would have gotten people who weren't used to wearing boots. So they would have gotten people who were used to driving trainers and stuff. So they would have worn boots, crashed into something, and then turned around to the safety committee members or whatever and went, "Nah, it's unsafe. I couldn't feel the pedal." And then they would have went to the government and said, "Nah, it's unsafe. They can't feel the pedal." And then the government would have turned around and went, "Okay, well, we can't have that on the roads." And then there was massive
they-
revolt from every worker in the country, basically saying, "What the fuck you on about? We can drive perfectly fine."
And then the government would turn around and say, "Have a party, it'll be fine."
Yeah.
Christmas parties at 10 Downing Street, Jordan.
But
Yes.
but don't have cheese and wine and don't do Secret Santa.
Everybody join us. Christmas party, taking off our Christmas party, 10 Downing Street.
Yeah,
We
we're
might
not
even-
allowed
we might
both
even
roads,
get-
so we're going to crash
Oh,
Boris.
sorry, it's not a party. It's a
It's a work.
conference meeting.
It's a work party. They're allowed.
it's a work event. It's a work meeting, and there definitely will not be
Wine
alcohol or
or
music
cheese or
or
music or games
lights,
or Santa
Guess
secrets.
what I found?
presents. Or yes. Have you found the cricket recording?
I found the cricket recordings.
Oh God.
We might also rub Boris's belly. We might not. Depends how far it goes.
Oh, Divin, do that. He's already got 7 kids. You don't want him to have an 8.
I've been sat here for God knows how long, waiting for this match to start. The game has not been fulfilled and returned back in time.
Sounds like I was
for
captain then.
second time now. They appear to be in a socially distanced team huddle, which looks like when you were kids, and they told you to stand in a circle and get ready to catch a ball. We shall see what is going on. It appears to be a team talk. What team talk cricketers have, I do not know, as you simply hit a ball or throw a ball and try to catch a ball. So we shall see what is said, and we will get back to you once the match has begun.
Well-
Don't take a career up as a commentator.
Why
It's
is it
Let now
when you're
cricket
commentating on
part 1,
sports, you
let's
stop
cricket
your
part
correspondence
2.
undercovered?
Cricket part 3 and half 1 over. Cricket part 4. Cricket 6 question mark. Fucking cricket ends.
And I think there was like 2 hours missed out in the middle.
We are back from the break with a score of 82 to 25 overs and 4 wickets, and I've resorted to lying on the floor.
If I remember rightly, Kyle, I was standing next to you and you were asking us what's the score,
And
what's
following
the
victory
thing, and
against
what's the other
this
thing.
one, we became freezing cold and so fucking stiff that it was difficult to run to my car just to get a bowl of water. And I don't mean stiff in the fun way. I mean stiff in the
Preempted
very
that.
bad. I've been stood still for too long and can't move way. Here comes the
I'm
ball.
sure that was a league game.
It's a good defensive hit with no chance for a run.
No run.
So I'm now reporting to you from the grass floor. Also known as turf, also known as a football pitch,
And
also known as whatever the fuck you feel like. It's grass. Here comes the ball. And it's straight to the wicketkeeper, who is stood significantly further behind the wicket than I would have thought he would be. As I am slowly regaining the feeling in my fingers.
That must have been my team batting.
Right, Jordan, it was a friendly of your team versus your team,
Oh,
Yeah.
which is why it was like, I don't know, it was just, it was cricket. It's the best way to describe
why
it.
do you think even the cricketers say the best part is afterwards with the beer?
I lost feeling in my fingers because it started to get cold and I didn't have gloves or anything while lying on the floor, and I refused to get up from the floor because I was sitting on the bench for so long that I was completely frozen like a board. I tried to walk to the car and my legs wouldn't bend. Oh, no wonder people take like full-on picnics to watch the cricket.
Yeah, it's wine and cheese boards. It's basically
And strawberries.
the guide to how to have food and drink, conservative style.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Anyway, Jay, did you have any more questions to do with people's favorite moments or anything like that? No, what you eating? Because you're stuffing your face now. Anything good?
Hobnobs.
You're making me
Yes.
hungry.
Right. You know how we talked about some morbid things?
Mm,
Always, it's us. We cannot be not morbid.
Do you want to talk about something a bit happier?
Yes.
What
Happy.
what children's game do you think? This isn't scientific. What I think it is. The most dangerous. An innocent children's, like a sports day game.
Is it gonna be the fucking wait?
tug of war.
Everybody would assume it's going to be something like dodgeball or tug of war or something. So I'm going to go with like an utterly ridiculous shit sport like Egg and spoon race or something.
Okay, Jay?
Um,
Yeah, you're not getting away with eating that easy.
Blom, mom, mom.
that's happy sack one. You put a sack over your legs and you hop.
Oh,
Sack
you've got a
race.
bounce.
Not a happy sack.
Actually, I'm just going to be funny. Egg and spoon race.
That's what
I
Kyle
said
said.
that one.
I didn't hear you. I'm deaf, you know.
Jordan, what do you think?
I said tug of war at the beginning.
You did say tug of war. You sticking with that?
Yeah.
Well, you're right.
Yes!
Tug of war. I found a thing that,
God, I thought the worst thing you could get was rope burn.
No,
well,
it's because you can fall on top of each other and everything.
you thought the worst thing you could get was rope burn. Wait until you hear what happened at the where was it? At the Taiwanese celebration of retro session on the October the 25th, 1997. If
They
you
didn't
think
try and
Before
play
any
tug of
sort of
war over a
health and
cliff or
safety.
something, did they? Like between two cliffs.
they might as well have. So basically, it was an Olympic sport between 1900 and 1920. Now, the interesting thing here is, first, you were allowed to enter multiple teams, and also let's see if you can find out which team was cheating by the home advantage. Because in 1900 it was hosted in Paris, Sweden got gold, USA got silver, and France got bronze. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to skip a few, and then in 1912 it was at Stockholm, and Sweden predictably got gold at home. Okay. Great Britain silver, USA bronze. 1920, the last time it was there, was Antwerp, Great Britain gold, Netherlands silver, Belgium bronze. Do you want to guess who got what in the 1904 St. Louis, so American?
Oh, the Americans by any chance?
For which medal position?
Gold.
Gold.
Yes. Who do you think got silver?
Great Britain.
No.
The
Sweden.
French.
No.
The Germans.
No.
America.
The
Yes, it
Canadians.
was. Do you want to
What?
guess who got? Do you want to guess who got bronze?
Americans.
America.
Yes, it was. And then the next year, it came to London in 1908. So, do you want to guess who got gold?
Great Britain.
Yes, it was. And silver?
Great
Great
Britain.
Britain.
Yes, it was. And bronze?
Great
Great
Britain.
Britain.
Yes, I think us in America cheat. Also, it stopped in 1920 at Antwerp, and Great Britain got gold. And I looked into it, and it wasn't actually Great Britain because you were allowed to, like I said, you're allowed to enter multiple teams. So it was actually the London fucking Metropolitan Police Force.
I think they're
And
good at.
the tug of war's never been in the tug of war's never been in the Olympics since then. So since 1920, so for 100 years now, in fact 101 years now, London Metropolitan Police have been the reigning Olympic tug of war world champions.
Like I say, that's the only thing they're good at, aren't they?
What tugging?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tugging soft rope.
But the thing is, there's a lot of there's
Give them enough
controversy.
rope.
There's controversy. Do you wonder what happens when ropes snap?
People fly backwards onto each other, possibly
And it's
breaking
funny.
bones.
And it's funny.
Severe tug of war injuries are almost always the result of amateur organisers using the wrong types of rope and underestimating the forces that can be generated by play, says Shelby Richardson, president of the US Tug of War Association, in brackets USTOA.
Why is there a tug of war? Why is there always an association for everything in the world?
Do you know there's not much? There's basically a rule that says don't take drugs, performance enhancing drugs, but then that's it. It doesn't go into detail. But there is a massive section on what kind of shoes you can wear because obviously it's all in. It doesn't matter how strong you are; it's more to do with the grip.
Yeah.
During a typical tug of war match, amount of tension or elastic recoil builds up. When an improper rope is used, i.e. nylon, the chances of a snap exponentially increase. When this does happen, the stored tension in the rope can easily tear through tendon and bone. Similarly, the broken ends of an elastic polymer, again usually nylon, can recoil like a rubber band if released, and reach speeds high enough to sever appendages. For this reason, they basically say that where was it? Somewhere here. The participants officially should never test more than about 20% of any rope's tensile strength just to be safe. And that's because I've got a couple of accidents here. So, Jordan, any advance on rope burns?
Potential death.
What do you
Did
think?
someone lose an arm?
Okay, so Jordan's gone death, Kyle's gone losing an arm. Jay, do you want to say? Do you want to guess what's the worst?
I can guarantee someone has lost an
Losing an
eye,
eye.
or at least had their eye pulled out
An
so
eye.
it's dangling on a tendon.
Right, so are you defaulting from arm to eye?
No, I'm still going with arm, but I can guarantee someone has lost an eye during this sport.
Okay. On June the 13th, 1978, in Pennsylvania suburb, the entirety of Harrisburg Middle School, some 2,300 students, lined up in a schoolyard and attempted to set a Guinness World Record for the largest tug-of-war game ever played. Instead, disaster ensued. 12 minutes into the match, so already this is quite a long match, they've got stamina, these kids. The 2,000-foot-long braided nylon rope snapped, recoiling several thousand pounds worth of stored energy. Someone said it sounded like somebody pulled a party string on a party cracker. I smelled something burning, and I thought it was the rope, but it was hands. I looked down and saw blood. In the ensuing chaos, nearly 200 students lay wounded, 5 with severed fingertips and 1 missing a thumb. Hundreds more faced second-degree burns. The rope was provided by Pennsylvania Power and Light Company, had been intended for use in heavy construction, and was rated to withstand 13,000 pounds of stress. So they exerted more than that on it. 17 years later, in June 1992, 2 incidents occurred only a week apart. A man participating in a large tug-of-war game in Chattanooga, Tennessee, had the rope wrapped around his hand. With the put in brackets, another no-no. If people are pulling on a rope from different directions, I wouldn't put my hand in it.
You know, that's the thing, because I went on a banana boat, and the whole thing was that there was a competition to see who could stay on the longest, because it
Yeah.
was go bouncy and stuff. And I wrapped my hand around it, and I ended up getting burns on my hand and losing my tongues.
Yeah,
So,
you should never do that. But that's different to having like however many people pulling each side.
I don't know, I did legitimately go into the air with my hand, the only thing attaching me to the boat at one point.
Well, at least it didn't. Well, it wasn't as this much force because when the other team suddenly exerted a tremendous pull, the loop tightened and tore off the end of his hand.
Ooh, nice.
Days later, in Frankfurt, one of the worst disasters in tug-of-war history concurred again. Again, the result of trying to set a Guinness World Record. Several troops of Boy Scouts converged to attempt a 650-person match. In minutes, the thumb-thick nylon rope, which was nowhere near capable of withstanding the force of hundreds of people, snapped. On the end of the rope, one end of the rope whipped back, instantly killing the 9-year-old boy on impact. In the aftermath,
I'll send you that.
102 others was so don't send links because I'm reading and then I'm going to send you a link. In the aftermath, 102 others were severely injured. Another boy passed away as a result of being crushed when everyone fell. Now, this is the one. Are you ready? October the 25th, 1997. A massive tug-of-war match was organised in Taiwan in celebration of retrocession. Right? The 1,600 participants exerted over 180,000 pounds of force on a 2-inch thick nylon rope designed to only withstand 57,000 pounds. So more than 3 times the thing. Amidst cheers, the rope violently snapped. The sheer rebounding force tore off the left arm of the first man on each side.
Yes, I got it.
40 other people suffered injuries, including ambassadors from Costa Rica, Guatemala, and Nicaragua, some quite serious, according to the medical report. The most devastating injury apparent described in the report comprised of a liver and spleen rupture with a C5 and 6 spinal cord injury as initial presentations. So
Basically, that guy is now crippled.
Someone broke the spine and ruptured the fucking liver and spleen. A bilateral brachial plexus injury was also found in the subsequent investigation. Basically, they wanted Taipei's mayor, who was Shen Xiubian, to step down, and several of the mayor's staff members were impeached, and all medical expenses were paid out of the officials' pockets. But I looked into this, right? I'm gonna send you a link that I want you to open. This is to do with. It's a different thing to what I'm reading. If anyone, right, actually, go
Would
on
you like
Google.
me to pop the link on the screen for you?
I don't want you to put it on screen, but yeah, you can do. So, Kyle, if
Yes.
you Google
Right.
Snopes,
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm gonna. How do I do this?
Just
I
a
know
new
I can
tab.
do this.
Hold on. I know what to do.
There we go. You should be able to see my screen now. 1 second.
No,
Gosh.
you're not. I don't want you to put it on screen.
Yeah, just put it on screen, Kyle. Ignore him.
Right, what is it?
Okay. There you go.
Everybody can see what I'm googling, what I've been googling. Luckily, there's nothing bad.
Well, until this. Because the second picture down is... Yeah. You got it? Are you copying it? Like typing it in?
Yes, because I don't have Facebook on my thing. Because
Oh.
fuck that. Oh, I
There, the
didn't.
top one.
That one.
Yeah.
Right, everybody looking. If you're squeamish, look away now. This
Yeah,
is
if you're
your
squeamish,
squeamish
look away
warning.
now, because Jordan included, probably, maybe even Jay. Actually, Jay, you're right. Right, keep going. Keep going. So the tug of war's happening. Keep going.
Get rid of all this fucking advertising
Yeah,
shit.
keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. There we go.
Nice.
And you know my favourite thing about that photo? You know
Bye.
what my favourite thing about that photo? There's a man
What, someone
lying.
hasn't picked up his armor and
There's a man lying with his arm completely disattached, yeah?
is it this guy by a
Yeah,
chance?
what the fuck is he taking a photo of that's more interesting than this?
That's a good point.
Like, what is happening over that side that's better than this? Well, not better. This isn't good. How did Bick... Kyle... Yeah, so...
Big off.
Bick off.
Yeah.
And on that
So,
note,
lit-
it's
can
time
I
to
just
pick off.
say? Can I just say that it did have a happy end. They had surgery to reattach. There was another one. Jim Thuber, a 59-year-old from Nova Scotia, decided to join into a tug of war last minute. There was a loop in the rope that he thought was kind of tied out, and he stuck his hand in it to pull, and it wasn't. It was a slip knot, and he'd lost 4 fingers. And then there was loads of like small finger amputations and shit like that. But can I just point out that it hasn't got too many serious injuries, but I think it's because of what they define as a serious injury. Tug of
Okay.
war shouldn't be demonized. It's a healthy sport and promotes team ethics, encourages both cooperation and discipline. As long as proper safety measures are taken, particularly when trying to set Guinness Book of World Records, it's generally harmless. Right? Relative to the amount of tug of war games played each year, estimated in the millions, severe injuries are an extreme minority. Much more common are minor rope burns, scrapes and bruises, etc. In brackets, accident that don't require 12 hours of intensive microsurgery or more. No, I think if you've had 11 hours of intensive microsurgery, that's pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
Just a wee bit. And
Has
on
your
that
arm
note,
came off? No, it's just a finger.
And
Well,
on
that's
that
funniest.
note,
yeah, on that note, everybody, that's the message for the end of season show, I guess. Don't do a tug of war.
Or don't stick your fingers in things that you're not sure of.
Yeah, do
Always
that.
a good life lesson. Always a good life lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. You have been listening to us idiots, Kyle, Jordan, Stefan, and Jay. So I've been surrounded by 2 J's and an S. We
Not enough fun
have-
there either.
I know. So, ready
Thank
for
you
the end
very
wrap.
Before
Find us
you
on
do,
Facebook
Ken,
at facebook.com/Taken Off Air. Find us on Twitter at Taken Off Air. Find us on TikTok at Taken Off Air. Find us at OneAwayOurMerch at TakenOffAir.com/shop. Find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Taken Off Air. Search for Taken Off Air podcast anywhere on Spotify and any good podcast network. Find us at www.takenoffair.com. Find us at buymeacoffee.com/Taken Off Air. You can buy me a cup of tea instead. Find us on Instagram at Taken Off Air. Find us on Reddit at /r/Taken Off Air. Find us on supporter.acast patreon.com/takeonoff-air. You can support us there and send us a bit of money. You can find us live at takeonoff-air.com/live. We are live just about every week, but we will be going on a holiday hiatus, so thank you very much, everybody. You can go to takeonoff-air.com/shop and buy merch. There's lovely merch there. Please keep buying it because we can afford to do stupid shit and buy a church, hopefully, or do some stupid shit like buy a rocket to go to the moon, or bribe the Queen to make us the official podcast of the UK. Is that everything, Jay?
Kyle.
Thank you so much for listening to season 2 of Taking Off Air. It's been an incredible season. We got nominated for an award for Best New Start Comedy, which we never
Which
really...
we were too
which we
lazy to
didn't-
do.
too lazy to pay this, too lazy to do it, and couldn't be bothered to pay this entry fee to it.
Sorry.
We've gained new listeners in Norway, Sweden, France, Russia, India.
I feel like we gained listeners in France and then they heard Stefan and ran away immediately.
Well, probably the run away from
We
everything else.
get roughly about there's roughly a good half of 1,500 people that tune in to us.
Because
and-
people are masochists.
Yeah, 15,000 people that tune into us a month.
Is that
they're
15,000 or
regular listeners.
1,500?
We've got like a couple of hundred followers on Spotify. It's a lot for a small podcast that started off in a bedroom in 2019.
Yes.
And it's now just in 4 different bedrooms.
We did start out in this very bedroom, just surrounding with Jay just listening to us rant and argue about stupid shit and going, we should record this. So thank you
Yeah.
very much for actually letting us do 2 seasons of this shit and listening. We are planning on bringing a season 3, so unfortunately you'll have to put up with for another year. We're not sorry, because you keep listening, so you must find some joy in it, even
So
if it
whilst
is
people keep
masochism.
listening, we'll keep doing.
If
Yes.
you want to find out more updates and everything, it's all gonna be on our social media. Links are everything in the description. There's
I
we
would
need
say
more
the
people to start watching us live.
I would say the best chance is probably takeonoffAir.com, the website. I feel like that would probably be the best place to find everything, because every episode is there. If you want someone to listen to it and they feel like they need to catch up on the bullshit for some stupid reason, go for it. You will be
We've been
listening
through
for a long
lot
time.
of changes, haven't we? Bullshit Labs to Taking Off Air.
We
Season-
have.
Season 3 has a lot of special offers, not a lot of special, a lot of surprises coming in season 3.
I mean, there's special offers, as in plug in your ear holes, because fucking hell, it's going to be a ride.
Kyle,
It's gonna be there's a lot of plans and that, so yeah.
Kyle,
Yes.
you know how you were hell-bent on getting the outro less than a minute?
Yes.
All the links.
Yes.
And you wanted to do it by the end of the season.
Yes.
How fast do you think you did it this time?
Probably like a minute and 10 seconds or something.
Well, it was 1:10 last time, so it was closer this time.
Okay, a minute and 5.
No.
Minute and 2.
No.
Minute and 1.
You done it in 59 seconds.
Yes!
I'll start timing as soon as you start reading.
Fucking success!
We're gonna be pre-record an outro for season 3, so you don't have to listen to this shit ever again.
Yeah,
And give
this
Kyle
was,
some weed.
this was just me having my own little competition and trying to find a way of making it a bit more fun. But yeah, we'll try and be even more professional season 3, which we say every time and we
Might be less
never are.
professional.
But
Which
you
will
know.
probably last for like 1 episode, and then we'll be like, nah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you very
Join
much
us
for
on the
listening.
7th of January 2022 for the season 3 premiere. That's the 7th of January 2022.
7th of January. Put it in your calendars. We will see you all there. We will see you then. Roll out the red carpet. Get fucking drinks in hand. You're gonna need them. It has been a pleasure. And we will bid you
for a year.
goodbye. For
Bye.
now.
Bye.
For now.
Au revoir.